Do you try to hire girls that are good looking?
Girls will also sometimes have the door opened more by rich people over here.
My name's Calum White. I'm the CEO and founder of White & Co. We started last year, just 8 brokers, and now we're the fastest growing brokerage in Dubai.
Do you think the market is way too saturated now to set up your own real estate agency?
No, there's now 40,000 real estate brokers in Dubai. It's not saturated with good agents. It's saturated with agents, but not good agents.
There's so many agents. Have you ever thought about selling it?
And money is great. Say we get to the point of where we're doing 400 million, which we're not too far off next year. I just love that business so much. If I sold that business, I would just open another real estate company.
How are you dealing with hyperscaling?
Easily. That if you fail, it's not our issue.
The first in the world AI real estate agency.
Nope, no interest, you'd.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
You know the famous
Yeah,
interview,
of course, yeah.
right? He says nothing will make you happy unless it's kids.
Well, because one person says it. Then we find another interview and they go, oh, well, actually, I don't want kids. Doesn't mean just because Elon Musk said it. Like, I love Elon Musk, but at the same time, doesn't mean everything he says is perfect.
No, sounds like you hate Elon Musk to me.
Yeah,
How old are you now?
32.
32. Okay, well, you know what?
No, I won't change my mind.
I reckon when you're 36.
Don't enable me and be like, oh, you might change your mind at some point soon. It's not happening.
Hey, Callum, 40-year-old Callum watching this.
Yeah.
I told you, bro, ignorance is a bliss.
Yeah.
I told you, bro, I told you.
No, but I honestly, like, listen, I see people with kids, and obviously my friends who are having them and stuff, and I'm just like, this looks like hell. Like,
okay.
Oh yeah, no, but it's going to be great. I'm like, no, it doesn't look great. And at the end of the day, I think we're conditioned just to, here's what you should do is as soon as you get a bit successful, just make sure, not even that. Usually, in most places in the world, it's not even get successful, it's just have a kid. You know what I mean? Get a house, get a car, have a missus, get a kid. Yeah. And I think that if you're at a certain level of success, like your life shouldn't be dictated by having a kid. And I think that if I was to have a kid, that I wouldn't give it enough attention that it deserves. So that's why. Okay. Because I'd want to be fully present. But then again, people who are relatively successful, like, I don't know, I wouldn't want that. I don't want to not be able to travel because I have a 1-year-old that needs this, needs that, you know. At the end of the day, I don't judge anyone for having kids. They're not for me. Okay,
so no kids. Your work's your kid. Your work's your baby.
Yeah.
Right. By the way, you landed in Dubai in 2016?
2015, yeah. 2015, yeah.
And what happened?
I came over as a lowly leasing broker. I was disillusioned with the UK. I was sick of being held back because, you know, in the UK, the whole world is built around experience, not performance. And at the age of 21, I didn't have experience, but I was doing better than everyone. And I was getting passed over for, getting passed over for promotion, getting passed over for the next step. You just don't have enough experience. And I'm like, looking at that board, I'm going, I'm the best, so let me have it. And they just wouldn't. And a very good friend of mine who works for me now, Rianne Smith, who potentially I owe my entire life to, she told me about a guy who was out here making a lot of money, and I said, what did he used to do? And she was like, he was a joiner and he sells tickets for club nights. And I was like,
who was that guy?
His name's Grant Somerville, so he actually worked for White & Co as well and now has his own agency called EXO Properties. So again, He's came over here, done really well for himself, and I'm sitting there, I'm an estate agent at the time, I'm going, if he was just a carpenter and also sold like club tickets, me with my background, I should do amazing. So I jumped on a flight, obviously I needed to pass my driving test, I came to Dubai, and 10 years later, here we are, White & Co and everything else that came with it.
Wow, it's been a long time, because you are like a Dubai success story.
I would say so, yeah.
Right? How many of yous is there, you think? How many of yous is there in Dubai that's a Dubai success story? Thousands?
I would say thousands. One thing I like about this city is, even though I feel successful, I mean, I don't feel like I've scraped anywhere near where we will get to, but right now, you couldn't sit and see what we've done and went, you know what, that's not success. But at the same time, there are far bigger fish than me in Dubai that are making, the crazy money, the money that, you can only dream of. And it's not all about money. It's also building a legacy, building a brand, building, things are out there. And I think that if there's any place in the world for that opportunity, Dubai is that place. It's a place where you make more money, you get more perks, not you make more money, you pay more tax. You know what I mean? And when I say pay more tax, obviously we pay more tax, but your tax brackets don't jump up, and it's not just take. Yeah. There's a lot of things in Dubai that are catalysts to growth, catalyst to opportunity, catalyst to network. I just think that it's a city that, it's just a different world.
It is. I love that you said that they don't penalize you by giving you penalizing you with more tax. Mm-hmm. They actually give you more opportunity.
Absolutely.
Do you look back and think, because you didn't grow up rich?
No, I didn't grow up rich. It's not a sob story that follows it, but I tell you what, like, we couldn't afford anything, same as many people. If you're from Edinburgh, you'll know the place that I grew up. It's called The Inch, and you know, yeah, strange name of a place, but you know, everyone I know and everyone I grew up with, like, we were just, you know, it was typical that young hooligan culture where you were all just running around the streets causing mayhem, and listen, that's a fun way to grow up, but at the same time, it doesn't exactly breed success. So, you know, you can either be shaped by your environment, but you can be shaped in two ways. You can either be a product of it, or you can be the opposite. You can be the contrast to it. And I always thought, I don't want to be like, you know, I don't want to be someone that is shaped by my environment. I'm stronger than allowing that to be an excuse.
Yeah. Looking back now, with your journey in Dubai, because you've been here how many years now? 10?
10 plus, yeah, just coming on 11.
What would you have done differently?
I would have opened my company sooner if I knew how good I was at doing this. I just didn't know how good I was, and how because this is the thing, there's so many companies that, and I wouldn't say use the term competition, but there's so many companies in the market that when I was a broker, I could have been competing with and growing their brand name and starting off earlier. Like right now, let's say there's 4,000 real estate companies. At the time when I moved to Dubai, let's say 2 years in, I could probably have went and opened a business, and there would only have been, you know, maybe 1,600 companies to compete with, which means I would have been able to get a bit of headway on where we are now. Don't get me wrong, where we are now is phenomenal, and you know, you can't go back in time, but if you had to ask me that one thing, I would have took that jump quicker. And then if you really go further back, I wish I moved here when I was 18 instead of 21. You know, where could I be 3 years further?
Well, I wish I bought Bitcoin as well. Like,
of course, the what ifs.
Yeah, the what ifs. Would you say you're more of a businessman than a real estate agent?
100%.
You wish you would have started it earlier because you're a better businessman than you are as a real estate agent?
I would say that I am far better at managing. If you look at my skill sets, I can sell people on a dream, I can sell people on getting them motivated, I can train people, I can teach people. I have all the ingredients to make someone successful, and it only makes sense to duplicate that across 100, 300, 500 people instead of just doing it yourself. It's the only way to scale as a real estate broker is either to have a team you look after or have a company you look after. So for me, it was going, oh, this all makes really a lot of sense. And for me, I'm someone that when I moved to Dubai, I very quickly could see the path to deals. Like there's so many brokers move to the market and they go, oh, I don't know if I understand this. For me, as soon as I moved to Dubai, I went, oh, I get this. This makes a lot of sense to me. So yeah, I would say I'm definitely a better manager than I was a player, if you will. But it doesn't mean I was bad at my job. It was just a very different market now. But see, teaching people and seeing what they do now, it's so fulfilling. Like seeing these brokers change their lives, whether that be, you know, buying their first house or whether it's buying their 10th. It's crazy, because my goal for every person in there is so that 10 years from now they never need to have someone to tell them to come to work, to tell them they have to, you know, be in on time. Like I want them all to have financial freedom, and there is no vehicle like real estate. You
mentioned something before about how you wish you would have started your real estate agency earlier because you would have got more market share, right? It's like kind of YouTube, right? You got a YouTube channel, you start your YouTube channel in 2010, there's not many channels on there, so you get more subscribers, more viewers, because obviously everyone's coming on and there's less amount of channels to watch. Also like cryptocurrencies, right? Now there's millions of tokens, while 10 years ago there was like 4, right? So do you think the market is way too saturated now to set up your own real estate agency?
No. I don't think it's too saturated to set up. I just think that newer agencies are really going to struggle with their USP. When you're competing against the big boys who have now set the foundation, you know, we have everything in place that makes it easy to become a broker. So I suppose like there isn't many things that you can come into the market with and go, oh, we've done this new innovative thing that no one else has done, because most companies are now doing it. Whether that's high commissions, incentives, you know, the back end is so important to brokers. I think brokers need to understand is like, it's all good being like, I can sell property, but how much of your time is spent selling, how much of your time is spent on cleanup duty and making sure you're fixing problems and all that stuff that conveyancing, admins, mortgages, all that background stuff that, you know, big companies now have. So I suppose it's a tough one. I think that anyone should still go for it and try, but if you're just opening a company because you've got a couple of friends and you want to try and, you know, make extra commission, you're not going to build a company. You have to have your message and your mission clear from the day you open. From the day I opened, I wanted a real estate company, and it was for those guys to do deals and those guys to make money. It was never set up so me and a couple of friends could make extra money, which, listen, sometimes it can pay off, but I just think if you're going to take it serious in this market, it has to be a business. It's not you and your friends. You're going to lose friends along the way. You're going to have tough conversations. You're going to have to run it like a business. And I think that right now, it's not too saturated, because the thing is, saturation, that word gets thrown around, it's not saturated with good agents. It's saturated with agents, but not good agents.
There's so many shit agents.
How many clothing brands is there that we've never heard of? 100 probably open today. But guess what? Unless they're good, they're not going to get anywhere.
So many shit agents. I've got a villa that I rented, and the agent was so bad, but he's so lucky that I like the house. He's so lucky that I was like, I don't want you to get paid.
Yeah, but you're going to get paid.
But you're going to get paid. But you did a horrible job.
But you know what? If you can create value and make sure that they don't have a horrible job, or sorry, they don't have a horrible feeling. Like when they're handing you over the commission, you don't want them sitting there going, "This guy did nothing. What a waste of time." He's like, you want them to feel value, because the future business that can come from that, the referrals, everything that can come from it, it's so important. And I just think that, yeah, it makes it easier for the good companies. In all honesty, like out of real estate, like the 100%, 5% are decent, and then a 1% are good. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, bro, like, he was so rude as well. He's like, "Oh, you said you were going to make a decision by Tuesday." So what? I'll make a decision by Thursday if I wanted to. It's a big decision. It's a villa.
Yeah. And it's the whole way that's conducted. You know what I mean? It has to be done the right way. And a lot of people, the worst part is they're not even trained. So you kind of, I feel bad, because whether I know it or not, maybe this guy's went to one of those companies and had zero training. Maybe he's been dropped in there on day one and just told, figure it out. And I'm not saying that makes it okay for anyone to be rude, but maybe he has just not got any of those skills or been taught those skills. Yeah. Which is it's a shame.
I mean, look, not a lot of people know this. This podcast isn't really about me, but I was the top sales real estate agent. I started in real estate.
Okay.
When I was 21. I was the top real estate agent for 3 months in a row for the Western Australia.
Okay.
The whole estate.
Yeah.
And that's when my career blew.
Yeah.
The top agent at the time was doing like 12 houses a month. I did 22. First month. Second month, and I think it was because no one trained me. Yeah. No one trained me. Like it's about the fight.
Yeah. The grit.
Exactly. It's, when they say it's not about the fight in the dog. It's about
Yeah. It's not the dog in the fight. It's the fight in the dog. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had fight.
Yeah.
I had fight because I had a little bit of a situation with a manager that was racist to me.
Oh, so you had to prove him wrong.
And also, racism is easy for me. I love racism, right? But you can't. The thumbnail, I love racism.
Yeah, clickbait.
Yeah, like me and my boys, like we're always like racist to each other and stuff like that. That's where comedy really lives. But you don't know me, and you're treating me like this in front of 30 reps.
Yeah.
Right. And I quit. Right. And I went to the next company, their biggest competitor.
Yeah.
And they said, "Do you want us training?" I was like, "No, I don't want training. I just want to get into it."
Yep.
And that anger. That
fueled you,
and he got fired. That guy,
I bet he did, because they've seen you go over there and they went, "You managed to lose him. Like, what are we playing at?"
All the agents were like, "Let's catch up for coffee," but they just want to know how I did it, right? Yeah. And the owner said, "You're fired because how many more reps have you burnt?"
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But if he never did that for me, I would have never started my career in real estate.
No, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
So and then everyone was coming to my like, "How do you do it?" And I was like teaching them, "This is how you do it." And what a lot of people. What I find in sales, right, because I love this shit. I love this. I've done it all my life. What I find is a lot of agents just look for a window where they'll have a conversation with someone, with a client, but they'll just look for a window, and when they find that window in that conversation, that they can go into their spiel. Yeah. And their spiel is, "We are the best because of this. We are the best. I'm this. I'm that." All that, right? You're missing the whole point. You're supposed to build that relationship. I buy from people now. I bought 2 houses in Bali. Yeah. My friend said, "Why'd you buy?" I was like, "I don't know. I like the guy." That's it. You got to build so much rapport with that guy. That guy's got to trust you, love you. Yeah. For him to go, "No, listen, I know it's a better deal there, but I'm still going to call my boy, Callum, because I want to deal with him."
Yeah. Callum, I mean, it's people don't want to be sold to, they want to go shopping with friends. And that's something that I think is more prevalent now than ever. And I think that's both on both sides of real estate. Sorry to get too niche with it, but whether you're dealing with a seller or dealing with a buyer, it's building relationships have never been more important in Dubai, because as there's an influx of, there's now 40,000 real estate brokers in Dubai, 40,000. as an influx of people here to try and sell property, what's going to set us apart? The relationship, the rapport, the care, the thing that takes it to that next level, which changes from just being another person who is trying to sell property to someone who's an expert professional. And you know what? That feeling of care is important, especially when a lot of the times everyone thinks of Dubai as this place where everyone's just buying 100 properties each. But really, there's so many first home buyers here.
Yeah.
They've came here, they're spending their life savings and putting down roots. And you know, you want the right person to take you through that process.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I think the rapport and the trust is so important. And a lot of reps miss that. A lot of
Absolutely,
reps go straight to not getting it. And look, for me, I was just teaching myself. I didn't have any training as well. I was just kind of listening to Brian Tracy.
Well, here's the thing. My first company gave me 0 training. My second company, 0 training, all the companies, but then when I opened, I went, I'm never going to let anyone go through that again. Because it's like, first of all, I walk into the new starters training and I go, I've made more mistakes in my career than all of you will make this year. So there might be 30 people in this training. I'm like, don't worry about it. We're going to teach them, we're going to learn from it, we're going to get better, because they're putting their trust in us. First of all, it's my name on the door. So if something does go wrong, regardless of whether I want to blame someone, it's my fault. But secondly, is they're putting their trust in working at White & Co when they could work at any company. Okay, because you know what it's like, it's mass hiring in Dubai. They're trusting White & Co to come and work for us. So we owe them the respect and the investment to train them and help them and develop them, and that's something that I've always found really important. I've taken all the best parts of the brokerages I worked at and tried to leave the worst parts behind, and that training is so important, because I remember my training was, honestly, and I laugh at people and try and tell them in the office about this, my training on the day one of me coming into real estate, by the way, moved 5,000 miles from the UK. Yes, I was an estate agent before, but still, the Dubai market is nothing like anywhere else. What are the owners' names? When did the company open? How many followers have we got on Facebook? It wasn't even an Instagram time. It was a Facebook that was more important then. And then it was like, it was nothing to do with the job. It was nothing. It was 10 questions. It was a little, oh, well done, you got that one right. Anyway, the floor's that way and your phone's that way. And I was left to it. And I never want a broker, listen, I'm fine because I'm a get up and goer, but at the same time, not every person is you. And not every person is me. So when they join the business, some people are scared. Some people have never done this before. And to get the best out of them, you know, they need that training, they need that help, they need that support.
Yeah. You know, I remember, like, looking back, a lot of this is psychology.
Oh yeah.
It's all psychology.
Absolutely.
And I remember I read somewhere Brian Tracy said, the more different settings the client has with you, the more trust they have with you, right? So I would take my clients, I would pick them up. I would take them to the house, we'd have a look. Afterwards, we'd go for a coffee or a lunch. So then when they go home, they go, I got a memory of him in the car, I got a memory with him in the house, and I got a memory with him in the coffee shop.
Agreed.
Right? I remember once I invited them to my birthday. I remember they were flying in from Sydney, I'm from Perth. And I picked them up from the airport and I took them to my birthday. I was a dog.
No, but I bet they're never going to buy for someone else, you know what I mean? Wait a minute, I'm going to go round this guy who invited me to his birthday. Like, it's never going to happen.
No, and like, look, the birthday was at a really nice steakhouse, all my friends were there, and there was a random black guy there, and like from I don't remember where he was from, his name was Moaba, and my friend's like, what's he doing there? I was like, listen, now he's definitely buying from me, and that's going to pay for everyone.
No, you're right.
So you got to be a dog with it. You got to know what everyone's doing and do one step ahead.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. But the good thing is, in Dubai, it's very easy to go one step ahead because the standard is so low.
Sure.
That's genuinely how I feel.
Really? I haven't dabbled in the market here, so I don't know.
It's honestly, it's so fun when you are good.
Wow.
Because the standard is so low. Honestly, it is, and that's where, like,
even now.
Even now, because even though there's more people, the ratio is still the same. The ratio, like these companies, think about it, I've just told you there's 40,000 brokers now, and the amount of brokerage has doubled.
You're making me want to get back in.
Well, you know where we are, right? but you know what, like they're not all just open, like there's still company owners that are like, oh, this guy keeps cutting, like, I meet them and I try and help them because I'm nice like that, and you know, I'll meet a friend and they're like, oh, I've got this guy, he keeps coming to my office and asking for help, and it just seems like he's not listening, and he's not, I'm like, right, so he keeps coming in and asking for help, you're giving him advice and he's still not closing deals, like, sounds like a you problem. He's complaining that this guy that he's giving advice to is not doing deals, but I'm like, he's talking about one person. Like, my directors look after 50 to 60 people each. If one of them came complaining to me like, oh, this guy keeps asking for help, I'd be like, what did you think your job was? And I just think that, like, that with genuine care is hard to find in Dubai. For brokerage owners, as a broker, when I was a broker. One of the reasons why I felt I had to go and open my own brokerage, because I was like, 1 month you're doing a good deal, you get a pat on the back, next month you're not doing well, you're forgotten about, and that's not care. You know what I mean? You want that owner, or you want that CEO, or you want that manager that's going to come over and go, listen here, I've seen that you're a bit down in the dumps, what do you need? You know, so it's just different. And listen, I talk about this 24/7, so it just rattles off my tongue, but it's just, I think that we get by caring a lot. I genuinely do. It's you know, it's fun.
You know, I did a podcast with Tyrone Ash when he like first came into Dubai, and he didn't have an office.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if that's going to work.
He's got 2 now. Well, he's got 1 in a sales office, and so I see Tyrone at the gym sometimes. Yeah. And in our gym, he's opened a sales lounge.
That's right.
Where he can go train, and then his brokers can. His brokers can go and relax.
Were you thinking like, shit, I should have done that?
No, hell no. Listen, whether it works or not, we're never going to know. The sad part about Dubai, regardless of whether White & Co says today they're earning this, or Tyrone Ash says this, or Allsop says this, until they invent Companies House, none of us know what anyone's earning. All right. When that day comes, I'm going to be loving life, because your people are going to be able to go and go, okay, let's take a look at what these companies are earning, and the White & Co's, the House and Houses, the Allsops, the good brokerages are going to be left way up here, and everyone else is going to go, oh no, we've been found out. And I'm not saying, I didn't mean that about Tyrone Ash's company, I mean just in general.
Well, Tyrone Ash's character is a way, even if he's not doing deals, he's going to say he's doing deals.
No, he is, he would 100%, but listen, at the end of the day, I am actually a believer in fake it till you make it. But you know what, I will say something about Tyrone Ash and his company, that in the UK, they made a lot of noise and did good stuff. Because I don't know the UK market in that way, I can't comment on that, but what I can comment on is I know Dubai better than many. Okay, there probably isn't many CEOs that have created what we've created, and therefore I know the back end of everything. Yeah. So therefore, you know, I can see things, and I'm not talking about Tyrone, I mean, all these companies opening, like, it's fun. My favourite thing is these companies put, yeah, we just broke revenue by 100%. Okay, what was the last rate? What have you broke it by? Like, you're telling me you've increased by 100%. You might have went from 1 million to 2 million.
Sure.
Like, whereas me, I'll put the figures out there. Yeah. I don't care what anyone sees, because the point is, I'm transparent. Every single deal that anyone in our business does goes into the group chat, goes on the board. Everyone sees it, and I think that's how every company should be run. Yeah. And some companies might think of that as, you know, a bit egotistical, but it's not. I want it to be transparent, because we live in such a non-transparent market where no one really knows what's going on. It's so important to me that everyone's is like, right, what happened at White & Co today? My brokers could be forwarding every single deal to their mates at any company. I don't care, because it's real. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's an interesting one.
I mean, look, you can take the gloves off and then you don't have to be professional, bro.
No, it's not. You know what? In year 1 and year 2, I came into the market, I made a lot of noise. I was calling out these bigger companies, because I think it's always, I'm competitive, and I think when I've got a little bit, a good catalyst for me with growth is when I'm at war with a company. Or companies, okay? So like...
That's how I did well in real estate.
I love it, like it's fun. But then you start getting quite successful as a business, and then you realise that any of that effort spent disliking a company or hating them is negative. It doesn't actually add benefit. In the beginning, it's quite fun, but now as a bigger company, like when I see a company who's probably calling out one of the bigger ones, so say they're calling out an Allsop, a White & Co, a Better Homes, a whoever it might be, House, Driven, Fam, you name it, I actually just sit and go, oh, that's cute. And that's what they must have felt like about me in year 1, year 2. Got it. Like, you know what I mean? Because I was sitting there as a little fish, opening up and going like, come on, you guys, when really, like, they were still earning the millions and we weren't there yet. So, you know, that's the thing. It's not about whether I want the gloves off or not. I seen the error in my ways, because now when people do it, I actually feel a bit embarrassed for them. And I'm not embarrassed of myself, because the good thing is we've got to where we've got to, which is miles ahead of where anyone will ever get to as a real estate company. They will never get to 4.5 years in the market, 500 employees, the revenue we're doing, the 9 companies across White & Co Group, 0 investment, 0 investor, all solely owned by one person. No one will ever do that again. But would I go back in time and not call everyone out? Yes, I probably would. I wouldn't call everyone out. I would just get on with my work and would probably do it a lot classier. So that's the thing. It's not about having the gloves off or not having the gloves on. It's just sometimes, like, when you see what happens in our business, and then I hear about other businesses, and everyone knows everyone in real estate. Like, it's such a small market that it's just pointless calling people out and acting that way, because, you know, you never know what can happen.
So, what you're telling, okay, how important is marketing to your business? Because you've done this whole thing on your own, okay? Obviously, to get leads through the door, you need to have strong marketing. Yeah. Right? How tough was that to figure out?
Not tough at all. Our market, and the majority, for anyone that doesn't understand, the majority of every brokerage's marketing just comes through the portals. So Property Finder and Bayut, and Dubizzle if they're on that one.
Got it.
They are both unicorn companies, billion-dollar companies, right? They have far more spend than I have to get revenue or to get views, to get leads, whatever else. So I pay them, they get the leads, we bring them in. It was about teaching the brokers about pricing, it was about teaching the brokers about how to get those leads with the good properties and the good units. And then the rest of it takes care of itself. It's not to do with, see the marketing we do on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube and all that sort of stuff, that's complete vanity. That's about brand awareness, all right? And any company that wants to say like, yeah, but we're getting all these leads, I promise you, take the amount you're spending on those leads, on Google Ads or whatever it is, and you just put it on Property Finder and Bayut, you would get way more leads. And the fun part is I don't know if you'll have ran many times in the past. You'll have ran campaigns on Google or Meta or anything like that. It's about a 30% ratio that are actually looking. That's what we found in what we run. Every person that calls you from Property Finder and Bayut is looking. Why would you go and take a chance to try and find leads that might be looking when you could actually just go on Property Finder and Bayut and every single lead comes that way? But what you need to be sure of is not to have single channel risk, which means that all your leads are only coming from Property Finder and Bayut. That's what we need to make sure, that's why right now we're building a lot of personal brands. That's why every broker in the market should, after they've earned some money and have something to actually fucking talk about, is build a personal brand. Because listen, if it's your first day in the market, shut up, do some deals. If it's your first 6 months, shut up, do some deals. Once you've got a bit of a track record, once you've got confidence, once you've got knowledge, start putting some stuff out there. You're going to get a few leads out of it, but don't try and overcomplicate it. Every one of us is getting the majority of their leads from the portals, and that's what their job is. So the marketing thing is complete vanity. Anything you see on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, even White & Co or any other company, we're not getting leads from it. We get a lead here, there, sometimes, like we build a bit of brand awareness and presence, but to actually just get leads, we get over 20,000 leads a month from the portals. Wow. 20,000 a month. Over that now, it's probably closer to like 25.
Wow.
Like I don't need more leads. I need to work on the broker's conversions, because at the end of the day, like we're getting enough leads. It's just closing them and converting them.
So you're not getting leads from ads on Meta?
No, the only thing we run that for is off-plan. No, we run that for off-plan leads, and that right now is a 30% rate of people saying yes, I am actually interested. So out of every 100 leads, there's actually 30 of them that go yes. Versus on Property Finder, 100% of people, if 100% went on Property Finder or Bayut and called us and they're looking for a property for either rent or sale.
Got it. Something I really respect about you is you're so open.
Yeah,
you're so open.
It's really easy. It makes my life easier in all aspects, because like anyone that meets me, they go, "Oh, you are the same." Like, because I could do all this, and you just be like. My favorite thing is when I'm interviewing someone or I'm sitting with someone, and I'm like, "Listen, I could make all this up, but it'd only be quite embarrassing when you start my company next week, and I'm just full of shit." Sure. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I have not changed since the day we opened. Money hasn't changed me. A little bit of success hasn't changed me. The people that are in there are good people as well that will call me on my shit. And I need that as well, because sometimes I come up with the worst ideas and then they turn around to me and go, "Callum, you're off your head." Yeah. And sometimes I come up with a great idea and they go, "You know what? Let's see if it works." But you know what? Like, it's just something I've always enjoyed. Like, I put out a video maybe about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, where I broke down exactly how much in the business it costs to do every single thing and what the profit's left. Because what I wanted brokers to understand, because there was a big thing in the market about, we pay people the highest commission there is in the market, okay? Without someone having to pay us anything, like for marketing or anything, we pay the highest, no doubt. Most incentives, no doubt. And then every company, their favorite thing is when someone wants to talk about White & Co is, yeah, but it's not sustainable. So I did a full video breaking down the price of every single thing, and at the end of it, how much profit's left, and I went, so how's it not sustainable? It's just, you know what I mean? Like, there's no argument to that. And then the good thing is, you had all these good brokers and companies going, "Oh, that makes sense." Because once you, like, the good thing about real estate brokers, it's kind of like we have our own businesses. Like, you are your own business. So once I'm transparent with you, you go, "All right, that all makes sense." It's a nice thing. And I just think that was something that was definitely missing in the market too. Is people just being like, "This is how much it costs," and what? Like, everyone, like, one of my favorite things, it's one of all the companies I've worked at actually, they just want to tell you about how much everything costs all the time, but not really tell you the truth. Now that I know the back end, I know how much everything really costs.
What gym do you go to?
I go to Benoos just now, but I am planning on moving to Science Park Warehouse. Because I stay just along at Tilalo Gaff, and it takes me 30 minutes in the morning to get to the gym, and I want 10 minutes. 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back, that's me done.
Does it piss you off when you see the Tyrone Ash Sales Centre?
No.
Do you think you should have done that?
No, I don't.
Why? If they said we'll give it to you, you'll say no.
I would say no.
Why?
Because for their business model, makes perfect sense. Their business model is not about having people in the office and structure that sort of way. I'm not saying they don't have structure. I just mean like it's not about having people in the office. They're all about, how would you describe it? It's all about maverick. You know what I mean? They're out and about, you know, wheeling and dealing. It's all wheeling and dealing. Yeah. Whereas when you've got, ours is 500 employees. So me opening a little sales centre in the gym so people can train. Like if I caught one of my brokers in the gym in the middle of the day, if it's not one of my top performers, never mind, oh, you're just using the sales centre, I'd be like, you're sacked. Unless it's my associate directors, my big dogs, like, what the fuck are you doing at the gym?
Got it.
Like, you know what I mean? No, but you know, we work for ourselves. No, you don't. My marketing's not free, my office, my rent, all that's not free.
Got it.
So, they have a completely different model to us. And when I see Ty in there, honestly, I played golf with Tyrone and all that, I like him, he's a nice guy. And I like the fact he's trying to shake up something different. But all I'm saying is, for my business model and the way that we work, it wouldn't make sense to me, because first of all, if you don't know, we've got 3 floors in that building. It's it's 51,000 square feet of space.
Wow.
So the sales office that those guys have in there, it's like an old protein shop. That's what used to be there. So it's just a couple of sofas, a nice little sales centre where they can talk to people in the gym. And if someone from, by the way, some big dogs go to that gym. Yeah. Like the owner of My Dubai, MAI, you know him. He trains in the morning with us at like 5 a.m. Not with us, but in the same time. And there's some, like, obviously you've seen the supercars that are all parked outside and stuff. Like, if anyone's not been to Benoos, you walk outside and it's Rolls Royce, Cullinan, McLaren, whatever else. Like every sexy car you can think. So obviously they need one deal to pay for that office rent.
Yeah, of course. So whatever the rent is,
it's a good idea for them if it fits their brand. Yeah. It just didn't fit mine. And I don't think it would be something I would do. But even us, like, we've never even went and opened branches. So like everyone, I like having a central hub because I can control a central hub. One thing about White & Co, right, is we've not lost our identity. If I started having branches, I need to go around each one of those branches to make sure we're all singing from the same hymn book. Right now, we're singing from the same hymn book because I'm simply going from the 7th floor to the 8th floor to the 20th floor. I'm going up each day and I'm checking that everyone, we're doing what I'm saying, Whereas as soon as that becomes, I think FAM have 15 branches. 15 across Dubai. Good luck getting all the brokers to work the same way. Yeah. Good luck getting all the brokers to have the same training, to have the same, way of working. It's not that I'm saying it can't work, but I'm saying it's a lot of work. Got it. So for me, that's why I wouldn't do it. Really trying to get you to try to be a cunt or something, but you're not really being a cunt. The hard part is I'm relatively nice. I'm gonna keep trying. I reckon there's a cunt in there somewhere. No, there is. Like, let me think about what I don't like. I hate companies. Like, the big thing for me, the battle I'm fighting right now is I'm sick of people coming into Dubai, joining a company that's fucking useless, getting no training, getting no help, getting, just coming, like, companies have started sending people to our company to get training, then saying, once you've had your training at White & Co, come here. They don't leave because they come to us, they start training, and then they finish training, they go, why would I go to that company if they don't even do training? Like, why would I go to them? Yeah. But like, that is the kind of people in this market that I'm fighting my battle against. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't like that, because it says how I feel about the business is like, when people are moving 5,000 miles away, selling their house, leaving their husband at home or their wife at home because they came out to Dubai to set themselves up. I fucking hate these people. Yeah. And when there's so many of these companies opening now, even ones you wouldn't expect, like we're talking about 3.5, 4 years in the market, still don't have a training team. Like, you know what I mean? It's insane. That's the people that I have a problem with. If I'm going to be a dickhead about anyone, it's those ones. But again, there's always going to be people that... Name them out, Callum, let them know, put them on notice. Nah, I won't do it. But you know what it is the problem that I've got there is they'll be the ones that offer the bigger split. And they'll be the ones that offer we've got this and we've got that. And the person who's coming over, if they weren't greedy and thought about things properly, they would be at a company like us, like Allsop, like House & House, where they will get the training, they will get the development, they'll get a good start in Dubai. But you go to these companies because you've seen the shiny lights and you're thinking, I'm going to go over there, and then they come over and they get screwed. And there's a part of me that says, if you weren't so greedy and earned your stripes, you would go to the good companies. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, another good one that's opened recently is Equity. That's a nice company as well. They're newer, but they're definitely doing some good things in the market. Something that I've noticed is there's some girls that are like fours out of 10.
right? They're not very particularly attractive,
Yeah.
right? And they know everything about
They
real
exist.
estate,
They
right?
exist.
They
Yeah,
exist, by the way. They know everything about the market. They know they know everything about the contract.
Yeah,
They know the whole market in and out like the back of their hand. And they're struggling to do deals. And then you've got 10s that learnt the word escrow yesterday, and they're shutting down, doing $1 million deals over lunch. Are you conscious of that, and do you try to hire girls that are good looking?
We couldn't care less whether we hire boys, girls, good looking, ugly, white, black, anything, religion,
Even
you
black?
name it, even black. Yeah, it's White and Co, but I promise it's just my second name. It's nothing to do with being black or white. But yeah, but I'll tell you something. In training, it's a question we get quite often, because at one point, I think it's around about 30% now, but we had 50% of our business was women, as in the people who worked for us. It's never been something we set out to do, it just kind of happened. So it's probably closer to 30% now, but a question I often get in training is, as a girl, like, what should I be doing to make sure that like I'm being kept professional and people trust me and I'm not just being, you know, messed around and stuff? Because there's pros and cons to it. The pros are when a girl calls up an owner and then sends them a WhatsApp, they see that photo, is going to reply to them over me or you. And that's just the way it is. Listen, I'm not saying that we send people out here with bloody fish hooks on them saying there's some bait, but the point is, it's just the way it goes. Girls will have their time wasted more, but girls will also sometimes have the door open more by rich people over here. On the other side, guys will have their time wasted less. We will not have the door opened as many times for us. But I'll tell you what every girl in my company is told. You do not go and fucking meet a client at 8 o'clock at night for dinner if he's not, like, to do a deal. If he will not come to the office and meet you, he's not interested in buying a property. If he wants you to come and meet him at his villa at 10 o'clock at night, it doesn't happen. I don't care if you get paid or not on it. Would I like it if the business made more money? Of course. But am I wanting people giving me phone calls saying something crazy happened last night, this person tried to be a pervert to me and whatever else? And you know, we live in a crazy world in Dubai where people, like, they don't really understand the rules around it. You know, it's crazy. And we have had stories in the Dubai real estate industry before about people just being treated that way. So I mean, it's made very clear that that is not the way we do business. And as soon as you open the door to having those sort of conversations with people as a woman, going like, listen, I'm happy to meet you here, why don't we go for dinner, let's meet at Nusret, wherever else it might be, like, your entire reputation now, between him and his friends and then the next person, it's all just going to be no one taking you serious. So listen, you'll get a few free meals, but when it comes down to buying a property, a lot of them, and the worst part is some of these guys don't even have money to buy a property. We had a guy who rented a Rolls Royce, spent about a month wasting a girl in her office's time because he was talking about how he owned the biggest villa here, biggest villa there, was going to buy this. This girl was going around counting commission in her head, thinking, oh my God, I'm about to make like £1 million. This guy's really interested in all that. She's away meeting him to like not go for dinners, but like to meet him to talk about property here, there, everywhere. And at the end of it, find out the guy's just some scam artist. Anyone who's serious about buying a property, they're going to have time, especially if they're going to spend £1 million plus. They've got time to meet you at the office. They've got time to meet you during the day. All right, because there's something interesting to be said. A lot of people think that like people who are richer have no time, but actually the richer you get, the chances are you can call your own diary.
Correct. So
like, you know, if like we can do whatever we want. So therefore, if you need to meet them in the middle of the day, they meet them in the middle of the day. And then my favorite thing is they throw it around on them. They turn it around and go, oh, I guess you're not serious about doing business then. Meet me at 8 o'clock at my villa. I'm sorry, I don't do meetings at 8 o'clock. If you want to meet me and talk about property, let me know. You can come to my office. Oh, I guess you're not serious about doing business then. No, I'm serious about doing business. You're not. So I'm sorry, that's a bit of a rant there as well, because I've seen it over the years and I feel bad for some of the women in Dubai real estate. But what I will tell you is, I don't know many girls in Dubai that are, I'll be honest, I'm going to say European, that are doing $1 million deals over lunch. I know ones that are getting taken for, you know, a joke, and they're going out for dinners and all that, but they're not getting the deals off the back of it because that person doesn't respect that girl. Like, you've got to think, like, they're not going out and going, wow, this person really knows about property, I'm going to go spend £1 million. They're going, oh, I'll take her for a few dinners and hopefully we'll have some fun, and then she'll keep thinking I'm going to buy.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it, if I'm honest.
You know, I was actually dating a girl that was a real estate agent, and she one day came to my house and she was super excited. I did this huge deal and yada yada yada. Oh, amazing! Let's celebrate. Let's go out to dinner tonight. Next week she came over and she was fully upset. I said, "What happened?" He goes, he signed it, but he didn't pay the deposit. And he said, for me to pay the deposit, I need you to come to my house at 8 p.m. at night. And,
always.
And she's like, no. I don't want to do that. And he goes, okay, well, I'm not paying the deposit.
There you go.
So he's basically trying to get a free blowjob before he makes this deal.
Yeah, no, and it happens constantly. Like, it happens constantly. But this is the thing, if they're trying it with, let's just say
this wouldn't happen where you're from.
Of course it wouldn't. Of course it wouldn't.
I grew up in Australia. Of
course it wouldn't.
This doesn't happen in Australia.
But here's the thing is, this is where it's interesting, is if he's trying that with this person, he's trying it with 10 others. And one of them will say yes. And then who's to say that he's even going to pay that deposit after? And then he goes on and, like I've said, 40,000 new real estate brokers move to Dubai. Then the next batch come, and then he goes on Property Finder, finds a few pretty girls, does the same again. It's horrible. It's horrible. And listen, it's just shit as a company owner, because I see girls pulling their hair out because they think they're doing everything right, and I'm trying to tell them, be professional, keep it up, and they just have time wasters just fucking. And the worst part is you never know if they've got money or not until they buy, and they could just be taking the piss.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got its challenges.
It does.
Compared to back home. How are you dealing with hyperscaling?
Easily.
Easily?
Yeah. You know what, mate? No, it's not that. We've got our foundations and our structure and our processes so down to a T that if you fail, it's not our issue. I'm sorry to say it. It's like, and I tell this story a lot, so I'm sorry if someone's heard it somewhere else. But I went to a seminar with Alex and Leila Hormozi, big mentors of mine. I'm back out with those guys in April. Oh, amazing, sick. Acquisition.com Cup for anyone that didn't see that.
Yeah.
So
you're seeing him in April?
I'm out with those guys in April again. Yeah.
Where,
in Vegas, in the headquarters.
Yeah.
And I went in there and I was like, listen, I'm really struggling. Revenue flying, processes flying, my management flying. But I'll tell you what, like, I'm really struggling with having underperformers. It's my name on the door. I take it really hard. I hate people underperforming, and I want to do right by them. And I went, listen, when I had 40 people, if 10 of them underperformed 25%, it's not the end of the world. I can fix that. But now if I've got 500, it's 125 people. That's massive.
Huge.
Now, there's not 125 underperformers because we've got 350 brokers. Then there's 150 salaried staff. But anyway, if I've got 25% underperformers and they just turned around to me and went, winners win, losers lose, focus your attention on the people who want to be there, because there will always be losers. Whether they've trained companies of 20,000 people, they've trained companies of 200 people. There's always the same ratio of 25% just do not get it, and don't worry about it. And I was really upset about it because I was like, fuck, that's not the answer I wanted. I thought they were going to tell me some training that was going to like fix it all and make life amazing for me. And they said that, and I went, you know what, if they're telling me that, it's the right thing. And since I've kind of let go of that, I've just made sure that we're bulletproof on helping people make money as long as they follow what we say. There is no doubt in my mind that if you're working at White & Co and you do exactly what we say, you will make money. I can guarantee you that. The only way it won't work is if you don't work hard enough. So now I run this water off a duck's back. I don't even think about, like, someone joins our business, they spend 6 months there, they're not making money. You didn't do what we told you. No, I did. You didn't. It's simple. There's no argument to it, and that's the way we're at now.
It's so true. There's so many losers out there.
There is.
They just want to be the victims. I'm the victim. I didn't do this. Why does everyone else get lucky?
Yep.
That's what I hate. People that say, life's not fair. I eliminate people out of my life so quickly when they say life's not fair.
Yeah, agreed.
You introduced a 4-day work week?
We introduced a 4-day work week. I love these questions, thank you. We introduced a 4-day work week. So, we started the business really strict, and as we've got better and better and better, we've made it more and more flexible. So instead of opening a business and making it really flexible and then making it stricter, where everyone's going to go, what the hell, like, why is it getting more strict? We started off really strict, so dress code was shirt and tie, suits, everything.
Except for the boss.
Except for the boss. I could do what I want. It's White & Co. No, but we had all that, and then it was like being on time. I used to lose my mind when people were late. Like, I hated it because it's so disrespectful, and then so on and so 100%. Forth. Like, all these sort of things.
It is disrespectful.
It is. But now, you know, people dress how they want. We're on a 4-day working week. That Friday that used to be people coming in for the sake of coming in, just so the management would see them and then sitting around talking about their plans on the weekend, now doesn't exist. But I'll tell you what, Monday to Thursday, people work hard. Because we've now got a whip to crack, and it's a case of going, listen guys, we moved to a 4-day working week, and that meant that every single day that we work in here is important. So don't be fucking about. And I think that's something that's, revenue's continued going up, and we've dropped a day off. Real estate's a 24/7 gig.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It's real estate, for anyone that doesn't know, is all consuming. Every single day, every single minute, from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to sleep. So therefore, that Friday just allows people to roll out their bed when they want. It allows them to go to the gym a bit later. It allows them to not get caught in traffic. It allows them to work from home. Whatever they want to do, they can do. It's not even a work from home day. It is literally a day off if they want. But again, it all comes with, as long as the revenue is going up, the company's flexibility will continue to increase and the company perks will continue to increase. It's only if that revenue is going down that we tighten ship.
And you haven't noticed any change for the 4-day work week?
No, we've only seen good changes, which is the sad part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It shows that people can do what we can do in
Correct.
4 days is phenomenal. And like I said, it's just that it's just those. And by the way, I'm not saying when I go in the office on a Friday, half the people are there,
Yeah, I get it.
which is brilliant, but
Yeah.
they don't need to be.
Yeah. You know, when I was in the real estate game,
Yeah.
The real estate agency was the second biggest in Western Australia. They said, we're going to allocate you 6 reps you're going to be their manager. We worked out a bit of a deal. I get a lick on whatever. So I'm training these guys. And I said to them, guys, I'm not your boss. And the company is not your boss. Your client is your boss. I don't want to see you in the office. I don't give a fuck if you're in the office.
Yeah.
But if your client doesn't hear from you today, that means, guess what? You didn't work today. Your client needs to hear from you every day.
Yeah.
Your client needs to feel like you're thinking about them every day and you're doing something for them every day. They're your boss, not me. So for you, be in the office, don't be in the office. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But if you don't work for me, you work for the client.
Yeah.
And if the client does not feel like you're working for them, you're not working.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I've got a business idea.
Tell me.
I want to pitch you a business idea.
Pitch me a business idea.
I think you and I should do this.
Tell me.
I come from the real estate game.
Yeah.
You come from the real estate game. You and I, White Jerome, okay?
Okay.
Jerome White.
Yep. Oh, now I'm coming second.
We can talk about it.
Yeah,
We can talk
semantics,
about it.
yeah.
We can talk about it.
Yeah.
We can whiteboard it
Yeah,
tonight. The first in the world AI real estate agency.
Nope, no interest. You do it yourself. If it's going to be good, just do it yourself.
I'm going to give you another chance, and if I run away with this and you regret it,
No, I might regret it. Like, I might be passing on Uber.
I'm going to give you another chance.
Who knows? I might be passing on Uber. No, I don't.
Why?
Because I'm learning a lot about AI and I'm working on it and stuff. But I think that we're quite far away from that overtaking our job. There's obviously Kendall AI that's came out, which is a CRM system in Dubai, which, according to where they are now, it's not at where it needs to be, but this is from the people I know that are using it, but I'm sure it will be great in the future. But I think, I was talking to my brokers about this recently, okay? There's now AI calls, okay, so which are pretty interesting, and then if you add in an AI CRM, at what point am I going to just move the broker's commissions down to like 10% and just do half their fucking job for them? If they're not making calls anymore, and then they're not answering calls, because the next step, if the system now makes calls, then it's going to then pick up all the information. The broker's just going to literally put that into a system, call them back later and be like, oh, hey, so we've eliminated you doing that. Then we're going to start receiving calls. We're going to make sure that client's qualified properly through an AI system. So now brokers aren't even, the points of mine is prospecting, listing, and then receiving leads. So as I move through, that's now 3 parts of the job that now they're not doing. So I assume that every person's just happy to give away half their commission now. Considering that it's me paying for the AI model, it's me paying for the AI CRM, it's me paying for the AI bots who are doing this. And then we move on to viewings. Okay, well, since we don't really need brokers and the AI's done all the qualification, we might as well just get viewing agents to open doors and then they can just go have a look. Okay, now we'll get viewing agents. I'll make even more money.
Yep.
Instead, I'll make 90% of everything because I've got no one to pay anything to. I don't want to eliminate the human element from it. And I'm not saying AI is to eliminate the human element. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think until cars start getting bought without people, we don't need to worry about real estate. I still think there's always going to be that human element to it while I'm alive. But
You'd be surprised.
But AI is coming rapid, and I think AI is moving at an amazing rate, and I think it's going to be a great tool for brokers. But you're saying I'll be surprised? Clip it. Let's see we're at 5 years from now.
Yeah.
Like, no problem. I'll see you in 5 years. I don't think we're going anywhere.
This and the kid thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Callum, I told you.
The kid thing.
I told you this is.
You know you got an AI kid. That's what's happening.
You got an AI kid and an AI girlfriend.
Yeah, all of it. You name it.
Doesn't talk back to you.
Doesn't talk back to me. No, I just don't think that we're there yet. And I think that, listen, put it this way, I've been in the Dubai market for a very long time now, working in real estate. It's still complicated to get someone to accept a piece of paper on a yes or a no to say if they want to list their property. Never mind start using AI systems, as in from a buyer or a seller perspective. Never mind start integrating AI systems into doing it for you. Obviously, as the generation below us and all the generations below us start getting more and more intelligent, because they're getting now classes in the UAE are mandatory for AI, which is fantastic.
Great.
I love that. We should be teaching this sort of stuff. But those people that are eventually going to buy homes, they're 30 years away, 25 years away. So therefore, I don't think I've got any worry yet. I just know how slow. Listen, this market is amazing for making changes to the country, but as far as people adapting the mindset and going down that route, like, why are we not in an exclusive market yet? Everywhere else in the world, it makes perfect sense for your listing to be with one company. Okay, so you give it to White & Co, White & Co look after it. It means we can actually spend money on marketing because we're guaranteed an income when we sell it.
There's no exclusive market here.
No exclusive market. So every single listing that's online is probably with 10 companies. If we still haven't got owners to that way of thinking, I don't think we're worried about AI in the next 5 years.
Do you think that's the future, or this is the future?
In what way, sorry?
Non-exclusive or exclusive?
No, exclusive will be the future. So
Really?
it used to be unlimited. So say you had a property, you used to be able to list it with 20 companies.
Yeah, I know.
Now it's 3.
Yeah.
Then it'll become 2. Then it'll become 1. Once it becomes 1, the problem is you're going to eliminate, out of the 4,000 brokerages, you're going to eliminate 3,000 of them in a day.
Shit.
Because think about it, who are they going to deal with? They're going to turn around and go, do I want to deal with my friend who maybe works in this random company, or what about these mass companies like the White & Co's, the Allsops, the Better Homes, the Fams, the Drivens, the House and Houses, the good ones that are, why would you go and deal with ABC Real Estate who's got 3 people that work there? You're not getting market exposure across. You give one property to someone in my company, they've got 350 people that straight away will see it.
Yeah.
Never even mind going external, that's just the brokers in our company.
Yeah.
So, there's a question to be said for it, but I do think it will get more exclusive. I hope it does.
Where we're from, it's exclusive.
Of course.
Right? But here in America, it's non-exclusive.
Most of America's exclusive, but you can dual list, of course.
Dual list.
But this is the thing, it's still, even 2 people, but then you're still guaranteed a fee. You know what I mean? It still allows you to spend on marketing. Like Ryan Serhan isn't away kitting out a unit with $10,000 worth of furniture and thinking, oh, I'm not going to get paid from this.
True, but isn't that better for the client? The client then now gets access to all the market's agents?
Oh, I think, see, there's 2 things I think on this. I want everyone to get access to whoever sells the property. That's who I think should get paid. It's not about list with Calum White, because if Calum White doesn't sell it, he doesn't deserve anything. I deserve fuck all if I don't sell it.
Okay.
But what I'd say is by giving it to everyone, you allow, first of all, brokers to pull their pants down for commissions, which eliminates, example, I could do all the work on it, broker B just comes in and goes, yeah, I'll do it for half the price. Oh yeah, but as long as the client sees your value, sometimes clients, when it comes to a lot of money, $50,000, $100,000, they're happy to cut. You know what I mean? They're going to cut us out for something, and that's where the bad companies will fail in the future. And then on the other side of it, it dilutes the market. People, because the average buyer doesn't understand we're in a non-exclusive market, so they come at the market thinking there's a lot of stock. They don't realise you take whatever amount of stock you see, cut it in a third.
I know.
Because it's listed with 3 companies.
Yeah, I know.
So it makes it harder for everyone.
Yeah, I sold my apartment here, and it's like everyone's calling me. Can I list it? Can I list it? Leave me alone.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what we deal with, daily. And the thing is, there's a reason that certain companies are at the size they're at. It's not because we got government grants or something like that. It's just because we know what we're doing. So it only makes sense to give it to those people.
Got it. But I mean, in the future, if you think about it, with the AI real estate agency, right? You're sitting at home and you just call. I don't know if you call, you type, whatever you do, but then you go, hey, look, I'm thinking about buying an apartment. Spits you all the information for you to make a buying decision, and you go, yep, reserve, book a meeting, go inside the office, sign the paperwork, whatever. Might not even need to do that.
Then great, I can eliminate half my costs.
So you're saying we're ahead of the curve to do that right now?
I'm saying we are. If that was implemented today. Right now, there is portals in Dubai where a landlord can list his property, and then someone can go straight on it, or a seller, sorry, can list his property, someone can go straight on it and buy directly from the seller. But you couldn't tell me the name of it. I couldn't tell you the name of it, because no one uses it.
You don't even know. You do know, but you don't
There's some
name.
Okay. But the point is no one uses it.
The cunt site's coming out.
No one uses it. It's pointless. And it's not me saying it to protect my business.
You're Scottish, yeah?
Yeah, I'm Scottish. Yeah, it's like a modern day Shrek.
Yeah.
But no, and I'm not meaning that a bad way. I mean, listen, there are being a real estate broker is so much harder than people think, and I think people just think we just open a door and that's it. The amount of work that goes into the prospecting that we do to then get the listing, to then, once we get live, it's then that process of, you might see a property on the line and go, oh, he just showed me one property. I might have spent 2 months talking to that owner about getting the price to now where it is. So before you even know it, I've saved you $1 million.
Yeah.
But you've not been there for that journey with me.
Correct.
You know what I mean? You don't know anything about that. You're just seeing a listing online and going, oh, all you did was give them my offer. No, but I've saved you $1 million because you wouldn't have been able to afford this property a month ago.
Yeah.
But I've worked on that because I've educated the owner. I've done, and don't get me wrong, like I said, there's so many bad agents in the market, but the ones that are getting taught right, the job is tough.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, no risk, no reward. That's why it's commission only job. Every single real estate broker at any respectable company is commission only.
It has to be.
Has to be.
If it's not, everyone's going to do fuck all.
Exactly.
Bare minimum.
Believe me, I know.
It has to
That's
be.
my favourite one. Is you don't need to do real estate. Leave it then. Don't do it. Like, if you can I get a salary? No, go do something else.
Yeah. Listen, the nature of the beast, it must be commission only.
Yeah. But even for me or any other company owner in Dubai who owns a real estate company, we don't make money if the brokers don't make money.
Correct.
So we're also commission based. You know what I mean? Correct. If these guys don't sell, we make nothing.
Yeah.
Feel sorry for a small violin, but you know, at the end of the day, for new companies opening,
you need money? You alright?
Yeah, I need help. We're in this Maybach. Can I just borrow this? Yeah.
I'll let you take the pillows. That bottle of water, you can take that.
You tried to charge me for that when I got in. I pulled out a card machine.
I know, but now you're free.
No, but
now that I know you're struggling, okay?
It's a tough life. Yeah. But you know what? It's like, I love this job so much because it's got...
I can tell.
Like, honest to God, it's changed my life. I see it changing so many people's lives. And it's not just a White & Co. I just want to be clear here. There's so many good companies across Dubai where people are changing each other's lives or you know, people are changing their lives. And it's amazing to see. I just love it.
Is there a woman that changed your life?
Nah.
No,
there's not. No. Nah. So I was a Scottish in me. No, you know what? Like, I've got a really good relationship with my exes. One of my exes actually still works at White & Co. She's my ex of like 5-6 years almost now, and we were together for like 7 years. She's a great person.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm actually really nice. So you know, and she still works there now. And you know what, mate? I'm just right now focusing on work and yeah, just keeping my head down or trying to keep it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Don't believe you, but okay.
That's what it's all about.
Why do you guys not specialize? I mean, not specialize. I don't want to use that word, but why don't you go? I feel like you guys specialize in the secondary market and not really off plan.
50% of our revenues off. Sorry, that's a lie. 30% of our revenues off plan.
So but most agencies here are 100% off plan.
It's a fun thing right now. I just had a conversation with a couple of people who've just joined us. If you're an off-plan broker, right, now off-plan is selling so hot that the developer does no discounts, all right? There's no discount unless you take a floor or something, they'll give you a 5% discount. So someone calls you, they say, I want to buy, you tell them a few projects, they pick one, you go to the developer, they pay the price the developer asks. Where's the brokering in that? There's no brokering, there's no putting a deal together. They're telling you, oh yeah, I want this, you're going down there, you're going, this is the price of it. You're not getting them a deal. Don't get me wrong, the good part about being a broker there is that we're going to educate them on lots of projects instead of the developer just pitching their own. That's the only part there that makes sense. Because a lot of the information, I'm not saying that off-plan brokers can't learn to be secondary market brokers, but our secondary market brokers sell off-plan as well. So a lead comes in, we will pitch them on what they inquired on, they'll take the criteria off them, and then we'll go, oh actually, how quickly do you need to move in? Well, I don't need to move in, it's actually an investment. Have you heard of this? And then we go down that route of talking to them. But so then it's like, you know, they've came in, we could have built a deal, a proper deal. So let's say we go to the Mac Lagoons and we get them a property that's 3.5 for 3.2. Okay, and we're talking about that. It's like, okay, that's us actually doing a deal. But say they didn't want to do that and we managed to think, okay, let's look at off plan. At least I know my broker knows how to broker. Because this is the thing, we're brokers, we're not tour guides. These people that are off-plan brokers, all they're doing is taking people down to a sales centre and going, oh, here, and listen, I'm really oversimplifying it, okay, by saying all they're doing. It's still a hard process, but really, you're not getting them any discount, you're not getting them any price off. Every single development in Dubai worth knowing about, every company knows about. So it's not as if you've discovered something no one else has. So what are you doing that's bringing value? Whereas as a broker, you should be bringing value to that client. We should have options that aren't just taking someone to a sales centre and saying, please sign here. So that's where, you know, our brokers thrive, is they're allowed to sell both, but we pitch what they've inquired on first, and then if they don't like that, we push them onto off-plan. And by that, it's finding the right projects. We've got 9 exclusive buildings right now we're working on, so therefore we have some things that actually do make sense for them to, you know, get into, because we have a really good payment plans, or, you know, it really makes sense that if you buy now, by the time it hands over, the equity in the property means that you'll have to mortgage basically zero. It's some really fun stuff, but it doesn't mean that there's anything against being off-plan broker. I just don't think they're prepared for when the market changes. When the market changes and you have to start having deep conversations and tough conversations with people, no longer are you just going to be able to phone people and go, wait, just meet me at the sales centre. You've never had conversations about price, you've never had to negotiate. Like every one of our brokers in there, let's say you do 50 deals a year, we've got 50 deals where we've had to bring 2 parties to a spot of happiness. If you're an off-plan broker, you've had 50 deals where you walk into a developer's office and then they go, sign here, oh, do I get any discount? No. Can I maybe get a fridge thrown in? Can I get a cooker thrown in? That's their level of negotiating. And I'm not saying that one's right and one's wrong. I just know that if the market changes, our brokers will be prepared. It's not, see, there's some brokers in the market, they might have 5 really sexy buyers and they're off-plan agents now, but they didn't get those buyers from being off-plan. They probably got them in the secondary market, and now they focus on off-plan because it's actually a bit easier to do off-plan deals. You walk in, you go to a developer's office, this is a house, here you go, take it. Can we negotiate? No. Whereas being a secondary market broker, it's a lot harder because the negotiation's involved.
Your answer to that was, it sounds like to me your answer to that was you love the sales process, right?
My answer to that is the sales process will make you bulletproof.
Yes, but you're not really focusing on the off-plan market. You're just focusing on the secondary market, right? In the, you know.
If you were asking me, is your company off-plan or secondary market? We're secondary market company.
Secondary market, yeah. But why not off-plan?
Because...
Isn't there more money in it? Isn't there more commission?
No one says we can't sell both. We do sell both. We're equipped and ammoed to sell both, but that initial inquiry for us always comes through secondary market. Yes, there is more money as a fee in selling off-plan, but also like we need to make sure that the project is right. We need to make sure that we are selling stuff that makes sense to our buyers. We need to make sure it's stuff that we actually believe in as well. And like I said, 30% of our revenue which is still massive, but at the same time, like our brokers, we sell homes as well. We're not just, think about it, any person who's selling off-plan right now, they don't have to deal with that buyer for another 3 years, 5 years, till it hands over. We're selling something today that people can move someone into tomorrow, which then they go, oh, straight away I'm getting a return, which then also we can then go, right, what are you doing with that return? You've just got a check of 300,000. Do you want to put that in a new off-plan? Do you want to put that into something else? Like, our results need to be much quicker than off-plan. The average agent who's selling off-plan today won't be in the market by the time the fucking units hand over. Because they're going to have got lucky, oh, I'm an off-plan agent, and they're going to sell a couple of units, and the next thing you know it hands over, they're going to phone, oh, Callum, my unit's just handed over. Oh, I'm really sorry, I'm back in the UK.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that, and I'm not saying that anyone's doing anything wrong by selling off-plan. I just know that for us, this works perfectly.
Have you ever thought about selling it?
Never. I'll never sell it.
You never sell it?
No.
500 million dirhams. Yeah, you sell it.
No, I'm thinking about what I'll make. And you know what the problem is my name's on it. It's White & Co. It's not going to ever be changed to something else, so therefore I couldn't have someone ruin something I've built, and I don't think that most people, considering I don't think anyone can do what I've done so far, I also don't think anyone can take it to the level we're going to take it to. So it's a tough one for me. It's a hormose, which you'll know quite clearly. Build a business as if you're wanting to sell it, and then if you never do, great. And I think that for me, I never plan on it. Who knows in the future? But also one thing about me, listen, money is great, but like, let's say we get to the point of, let's just say we get to the point where we're doing, 400 million dirhams, which we're not too far off next year. Let's say the profit margin's 15%, let's say, which is a very modest profit margin. 15% of 400 million, 60 million dirham. 12 million pound a year. And then on top of that, whatever other assets pay me. I'm not that greedy. I'm a single guy. I live in my villa with my 2 dogs.
Jesus Christ.
Like my maid and my fucking driver. Like it's an easy life for me. And you know what? Like, I'm not saying that 100 million in one go wouldn't be great. But if I just told you that I could be earning 12 million a year, that means it only takes 8 years to make that 100 million.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a tough one. But no, I just love that business so much, mate. And I don't know what I would, if I sold that business, I would just open another real estate company.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because I honestly I love
Yeah.
it so much, and it's like even now it's like I see these companies like creeping up, and I go like, this is fun.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Not creeping up as in they're close, but one day they'll be getting closer, and it's like I need to make sure that we're still, you know, getting ahead. And I'm competitive.
Yeah.
Like I'm really competitive with it.
You know, like I was in Bali. I go to Bali a lot. I've got a development in Bali actually,
sick.
a 10-unit site.
Please tell me more about it after this.
Yeah.
First of all, a lot of the people in our office have bought places in Bali.
Yeah.
And then secondly, I missed out on the last one because they'd all bought, and I was like, I want to look at something in Bali.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you want to get into the development space, I can get you set up on that.
Are you selling any of the 10?
Yeah, we've got 10 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom ones, and they're about $250 US.
Lovely. Yeah, nice.
Lovely.
Nice. That's cool.
And you know, I was in Bali. I go there often. I've been like 6 times this year
Yeah.
just to check on the project. And honestly, like, I could live in Bali forever. I could ride a scooter. Honestly, just give me.
The good thing is you're a simple man, which I love.
I've got a hippie heart.
But I'll tell you what, Bali is just a bit dirty for me. I like
Really?
clean. I will live in Dubai forever.
Well, the thing is, I like a balance. I could do winter here and summer there.
Yeah.
But honestly, you could pay me $3,000 a week.
Yeah.
And I will be the happiest man in Bali.
Yeah,
Ride my scooter, getting my little coffee.
Yeah.
Might get a little dog.
Yeah.
Right. I'll be the happiest guy. I've got a hippie heart.
Yeah.
I don't need this. I don't need this whole Maybach. I don't need this.
Yeah.
The villas. Don't need it.
Yeah.
I'm happy in Bali. I'm from Australia.
Yeah.
We're simple.
No,
people.
that's true. And Bali is the Australian holiday destination, isn't it?
It's like your Spain.
Yes, correct. That's our Magaluf.
Yeah.
That's what we always call it.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't need all this. Like, I'll be happy there.
Yeah.
Right. And like for you, I think to myself, you've got too much. You don't need that much to be happy.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. But I think something for me is because this is a genuine 100%. Is I know what growing up was like. So and first of all, I want to make sure that that's me like set. But then something for me is I'm very generous to all my friends.
Yeah.
Like I am not someone who.
I like that watch, by the way.
Thank you so much.
We're friends.
We are. No, but listen, the guys in my office, one of the guys in my office, as an incentive, he got himself a Patek.
He bought himself one?
No, the company did.
Oh, you
but
bought him one.
He gets to choose what he's using it on, and I mean, he got himself a Patek off it. Like, it's awesome.
See, a person with an ego would have said, I bought him a Patek.
No, but he deserved it. He earned it.
But you didn't even say that. You said the company did. You didn't even claim
that's
it.
true. That's a good point.
But you know, if Tyrone Ash was sitting there, right? If Tyrone Ash was
yeah, but hey, we're all at the end of the day. But then again, he would have, so it's fine. It's no problem. He would have bought them it. But yeah, you know what? It's like I want to be the person that goes to dinner with all my friends, picks up the bill, never needs to check their bank account. I want to make sure, like, example, my close family back home is my grandmother. Like, my grandmother, since about maybe like 8 years ago, my grand's never had to spend a penny. You know what I mean? Like,
8 years ago.
Yeah, so like, because I bought her house off of her, which meant that now I take care of that, and I send her money every single month, which, by the way, she doesn't need because she does nothing. But
yeah.
I go back and I went and visit my granny earlier in the year. Sorry, grandma, granny, nana, whatever you call it. And she's walking me around the house pointing at the things she's bought just because she feels bad that she spent money I'm sending her. So, you know, she's like, and by the way, the fridge stopped working, so I bought that fridge. And just so you know, my TV, it was on the blink, so I'm like, Gran, you don't need to walk me around the house telling me like what you've bought with the money. Like, it means nothing. Like, and it's not even a lot of money I send her, like, in the grand scheme of things, but to her, it just matters so much. So, you know, my thing is, and I was thinking about this recently, it's a bit morbid, but I know that, like, towards, because my gran now, she's 89, I think, and I know that she's going to end up, and that when it happens, I know that I've taken care of her the best I can, and she's not had to worry for anything for the end of her life, you know. And I think that even like I've got my best friend, he's had a son now, and I'm essentially the godparent for little Harvey. It's like that kid is going to grow up and Uncle Callum is going to buy him anything he wants. Like, I can't wait for that kid to come round, fill it full of sugar, send it home. They're going to be like, what the fuck have you been feeding my kid? But I know every birthday, every Christmas, and as he gets older, like, I'm really into trainers, I collect sneakers. He's going to get so many pairs of limited edition trainers and all that sort of stuff, all the holidays, you name it. And it's just all about that for me. And even the people who work for me, like, it's a different kind of generosity because they kind of earn it. But I could be a company that does 50% commission, 60% commission, but I want to give away as much as I can, but still get my bit. You know what I mean? Because I'm the one that takes the risk.
Correct.
At the end of the day, I've got those overheads every single month that people forget. But at the same time, I want to give away as much as I can because, you know, like every person in there, some of them I'm not as close to as others because there's 500 people now, but a lot of them have been with me like a long time, and the longer you're at the business, the more like it's kind of like a camaraderie that comes between you, you know, because the amount of everyone in my company will be at a call every single day being told, come work here, come work here. What keeps you here? What's keeping you here? Like what's building, like, and I just appreciate it so much.
How much are you paying then?
It's £1,000 a month.
I pay my dad £1,500.
Whoa.
No, and it's like 1,500.
Yeah.
Oh, you pay £1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Okay. I pay my dad $1,500 a week.
Oh right, yeah. Well,
that's
way
US
more.
dollars. That's
Yeah.
US dollars. But they don't spend on anything.
My grand's so cool, mate. You know what? She plays the Xbox. So my grand's 89, 90 years old. She plays the Xbox. She spends her money on buying like a new game every few months, and she sits playing the Xbox. She's so cool, and like she WhatsApps me, and you know, like she's just amazing. So, but yeah, no.
But they don't spend it.
No, of course. And when I bought the house off of her, all that money just went straight in her account. It was paid off.
Oh.
So she's sitting there with however much money, not spent a penny in years.
There
like
you go.
she's amazing. She is. But she brought me up. Like she looked after me.
So you know what I've started doing?
Tell me.
If my dad doesn't spend the $1,500 that week, he doesn't get $1,500 next week.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so he has to spend it. Enjoy yourself. Yeah.
Right? Because they're still in that mentality of like, what if it runs out?
Yeah.
Right? So I've started doing that.
I better start running out. Otherwise, you're not getting the next one. No, that's cool, man.
What about mum and dad?
My mum passed away the first year that White & Co opened, so that was about, what's that? It's all right, 4.5 years ago, and my dad and me were not very close. You know, it's not, at the end of the day, when you're young, you have silly squabbles, you have family issues, everyone has things. There's people that don't have a dad, there's people that don't have a mum, but yeah, we've just never been very close. And
Are you close now?
No, absolutely not.
He doesn't know you're doing well?
No, he'll know I'm doing well, but listen, he's not a bad guy, but as when you're younger, you build up this villain kind of person in your head, and in my head it was always, I never want to be anything like my dad. My dad was a very accomplished electrician who spent his entire adult life just not making anything of himself. And as I grew older and didn't have any money for anything, I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? And as I got more intelligent, I was like, Jesus Christ. And then that's probably what steered me into being, like at the end of the day, I technically owe him something because I wouldn't be where I am if I ended up the same as him.
Correct.
But you know what, he's not a bad person. And now that he's a bit older, I don't know what age he is now, I think he must be like 50-ish. I hold no ill regard. I have no bad feelings towards him. I just know that, like, for me, friends are the family you can choose. So, you know, you get those people in life that are like, no, blood's thicker than water and all that, and I'm just like, that's a nice saying, but...
All the bikies say
yeah, like, that's a nice saying, but is it? What's this weird saying? You're just deciding because someone... For me, because someone birthed you, doesn't mean that you owe them anything. That's their choice. So, you know, it's a responsibility that people should take seriously.
You should reach... When was the last time you spoke to your dad?
I think it was around about Christmas time, because obviously went home, no, it must have been Christmas before, went home to see my gran, and they pop up to see my gran, and we kind of just, hey, how are you okay? And that sort of stuff. But, and listen, it's not, the thing is, for me, I wouldn't reach out to someone random and try and make up with them, sorry. So therefore, like, this whole, like, reach out to this person, to me, like, I've got my family. Yeah. I don't need to reach out to anymore.
Yeah, but blood's thicker than water.
Yeah, blood's thicker than water, yeah.
And you gang.
Gang. But yeah, no, and at the end of the day, like I said, I wish nothing bad on anyone. I think that's something, like, I used to be...
I reckon you should reach out to him and throw him a couple of quid every week.
Well, no, I think we're all good. I think we're all good. But at the same time, like, you know, there's people that are
How's me meddling in your family business?
No, but you know what I like is, like, there's people that are far bigger than me and would maybe do that. And you know what, at the end of the day, maybe the day will come when I'll be like, you know what, it's time to put things all right. Because I don't, like I said, I don't think he has any ill will against me. I don't think I have any against him. But I think right now it's just, for me, it's a nothing, isn't it? So, and like I said, it doesn't weigh heavy on my heart. Yeah. It just is what it is. And then from the... yeah, so the boys all chipped in for that, and I just thought it was like such a nice sentiment, because you know, like, even like example, one of my best friends, she asked me every year, what do you want for Christmas? I just go, just give me boxers and golf balls. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I need. I don't need anything from anyone. I can buy it all myself. But it's a sentiment of someone like going and doing something for me. Like, that's what matters to me. Like, and I just think that, like, these sort of things from those friends, even the other group of friends, like, one of them bought me like I'm a big Messi fan, Lionel Messi, so he bought me like one of the strips, and it's like, what it cost him, like fucking $50, $100, and he's like, it just means a lot that he thought about doing it. You know what I mean? So I just think that, you know, because some people think like, oh, he's got loads of money, so like we'll just get him nothing. Whereas really these guys, they sit and go like what can we think of? Like what makes sense to like be nice to him, and I just think it's so nice.
You know, by the way, before we move on, I love that the friends are like, no one's like, oh, I didn't drink that much. I hate that. I went to Amsterdam not long ago and I was with some UK guys and they're like, oh, I didn't drink that much. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to pay the bill. Don't fucking say to me, I didn't drink that much. I didn't order that.
Yeah.
That shit dissolves friendships, culture, all that. Anyways, in my opinion. Your mother passed away the first year that you opened up White & Co.
Yeah.
I'm in a unique position where I talk to people. I podcast.
Yeah.
Right? I've talked to the greatest minds.
Yeah.
Yogis, spiritual people, everything. There's something that I find that I connect the dots when I look at all the guests. Once somebody has somebody that they love that dies, their life just explodes. And I always think about this, and I actually made a reel about this once, and I thought, is there a power or something in the other world where when your father or your mother or your grandmother, somebody that you love dies, that they pull strings for you on the other world? Did you ever think about that? Did you ever think your mum is taking care of you? Because as soon as your first year that you started White & Co, your mum died. Yeah. And now White & Co is one of the biggest here.
No, I didn't, and I don't think that, but I'm happy if someone wants to think that. If someone wants to go to me, oh, you know what, that might be your mum's doing, I'll go maybe. And if someone wants to go, oh, that probably, one thing about me, and I hate, and listen, I could give you the nice like spiritual answer and be like, you know what, that might make sense, but I'll tell you what, there's nothing spiritual about me. There is nothing that's going to let anyone else, regardless of whether it's my mother who's passed away or anything else on this planet, that's going to let me blame for my success. There's not because of mum, it's not because of anything else, it's because I went and I was like, we're going to fucking do this, and that's how it worked. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but in my head, there is no excuse or no one's taking that away from me. It's not luck, it's just, I made that happen.
So you never thought about that?
I've never thought about it. It never crossed my mind, and maybe that's because me and my mum weren't close, I didn't add that part in.
Got it.
But we weren't too close, and it is what it is. But yeah, it was, you know, it happened, and it is, yeah, it's an interesting one, interesting train of thought that you've got on it. But well, you've talked to a lot more people than me in this aspect, so, you know, maybe it is something to be said there, but yeah, I've never thought about it that way.
I've asked people that spiritually, and they said, yeah, they said there is something that...
It doesn't surprise me, the spiritual... Are you saying the spiritual ones say it?
Well, I wouldn't ask anyone else.
Yeah, because this is the thing, is the spiritual ones are going to be thinking that way.
True.
Whereas you know, whereas me, I'm sitting here going, don't you fucking give my flowers to someone else. I made this happen.
True.
Whereas like these guys are going to be like, you know, it was probably maybe a lot of things in their life they look up to as a manifestation or as an otherworldly thing, but for me, I am so far away from that that it would be wasted on me.
I mean, I would have loved for you to just shed some tears just for virality.
Yeah, no, I don't even know if I've got the capability anymore to cry, I'll be honest with you. I'm not, honestly, you get me with dogs and that's it. When my dog dies, that's me. I'm going to be distraught, but other than that, no, I'm not the most, it's a skill I'm working on, if I'm honest, because I'm not the most empathetic person. I've got a lot of emotional intelligence, I've got good IQ when it comes to it, but I find it really hard. I'm a tough love guy.
Got it.
You know, so come at me if you want to cry, don't come to me. If you want to come to me and get problems fixed, you want to solve things, that's where I'm coming. But the thing is, it's different people for different things. Yeah. That's my skill lies in, you know, calling you on your shit and let's fix it. Yeah. If you want someone just to cry to and tell, oh, life's so hard, someone else. Tell
me about some of the mistakes that you've made just setting up your business and pivots that you've had to make.
Mistakes I've made. Okay, first one that just anyone watching this, like, hire fast, fire faster. It's a Gary V that I always hear saying that now. Listen, you will hire people in your career, especially if you're building a monster, a behemoth, if you're building something good, that you're going to be like, how the fuck has this guy duped me and got this job? Like, I can't believe I've been tricked. And then you're going to wonder, like, how long do you need to keep them around? Oh, well, get them out your business as quick as possible. I'd rather a hole in the business than an asshole in the business. Like, get them out the business as quick as possible because you will regret it so much. And people would rather they weren't there. It's usually other people can sense it. So one thing's that. Two, right, there's a lot more young entrepreneurs entering, you know, the space. You're going to feel like, because you're your age, that it's tough. Because for until maybe year 3, I didn't have a manager that was younger than me. Everyone was older. My MD has got about 15 years on me. Sorry, Neil, 13 years on me. A couple others are, you know, and it was always tough to, you know, have those conversations where it might be a bit more abrasive. It was always tough when you were disciplining or, you know, giving disciplinaries, and going down that route. But as you gain more and more evidence that you know what you're doing, forget the age thing. Like, the respect will come if you carry yourself that way. Work for the respect you want, not the respect you've got. Because chances are they probably respect you anyway. You're just overthinking it. So something for me, I used to hate that. I used to think like, oh God, are these guys even listening? But you know, as times went on, you know, we've proven that we know what we're talking about, or I've proven it, and with the help of those guys. Get a good number 2. You need a number 2. The same person who's my number 2 now was my number 2 since day one. I promise you that he is, I could not be there and that guy could run the business for another year. Like a year without me being there. Like, I wouldn't need to do one thing. We're just so on point now with how our beliefs are, how the business should be worked. You know, when I first opened the business, I was all brokers, he was all business. And now we meet at this point in the middle, where over the years we've developed that. And you know what, he's an amazing guy, and I just think it's so important having people you can trust. There's nothing worse than going on holiday and panicking constantly because what's going on at work.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a headache. And now I've got 3 people, 4 people, I've got a lot of people now I can really trust.
Yeah.
It just took time to build those networks and those bridges. What else? Tough one. Yeah, let me think. Don't try and think you can do it all. I was a control freak year one. You're like, I was trying to do the finances, I was doing the marketing, I was doing the sales training, I was doing everything, you name it. And then guess what? Eventually you hire a CFO and you go, this is how it should be done. And then you hire a chief of marketing and you go, this is how it should be done. Then you hire the next. And you know what? The amount of time that you spent on those, you could actually spend it on sales, which is what I'm better at. You would actually earn more money that would cover everyone's salaries. Correct. You wouldn't even notice it.
Correct.
It'd be a fucking drop in the ocean. But instead you try to do too much. So again, it's that, you know, cliche saying, but if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
And now, when I do bring these people on, I learn. I'm like, show me what that means. Tell me about this. What should I be doing here? Let me know about that. So that I am equipped with it, but I don't need to know every single nuance. You know, so I'm not walking in accounts asking about something, they're just going, you don't really get this. So, you know, that sort of thing's really important. Don't panic as you grow when someone who's integral to the business leaves. Not just integral or like a big player. As you grow, there will always be, listen, if Cristiano Ronaldo left bloody Man United, if Messi left Barca, you don't just go, oh my God, well, what we're doing isn't working, let's just stop. Just push through it, it's going to be okay, just make sure you don't lose your identity. Because chances are either that person will come back, or as long as you're not losing your identity, it was the right thing for them. Because you don't stifle who you are. Don't dilute yourself because someone doesn't like it. If you have a plan to grow, which is what, you know, most companies want to do, anyone that tells you what they want to stay boutique, it's probably a lie. No one wants to stay boutique. Boutique means small. Small means you can't earn as much as big. It's, you know, these guys, they panic about it and then they stop doing what they were doing, but if they just kept going, it wouldn't look like they were scared. And the biggest part is, see, as far as a staff morale, they see that. They can smell fear in the water, you know, or blood in the water, sorry. They can smell that fear and they go, these guys don't know what they're doing. Whereas for me, like, I've lost really good people along the way, and you know what, I'm still very good friends with them now. And there's no one, when I say lost, there is no one apart from 2 people that have ever left our company that shouldn't have left. And those 2 people are still 2 of my best friends. It's a completely different sort of thing, different setup that they went to. But we've had, you know, one of my recruiters was telling me this morning, we had someone come to us, we're doing interviews and they're like, I've been watching the podcast and a few people have left. Actually, let's correct you, a few people went and set up their own brokerages. That's what we do. I can't go open a brokerage for brokers and then the people start doing well and go and open their own and I go, that's shit. I'm so fucking proud of them. Because at White & Co, they gave it their all. And that's what's allowed them this platform to go and open their own. So, you know, it's just, I honestly, I love this stuff. I've got oodles of it. Like, I could talk for 24 hours about this. Like, I genuinely could, but that's a few key points on what not to do as, you know, a new business owner, or even sometimes as someone in the growth stages.
You're a beast.